Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a Fallout video and I'm going to talk about conveyor counters and specifically the laser counter if you are curious and you want to build one and don't know quite how to get it to work. So what we're going to do here is, let me just remove this one here I have here, and then we will build it from scratch. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is when I head over to power, we're going to go to over to the conveyor belt section. We're going to hit that first conveyor belt section, and there's kind of two things. I'll talk a little bit about there's this left diverter thing. I'll show you kind of a little bit how that kind of works in a way. I won't spend too much time on that, but let's build a laser tripwire that uses the counters. So we're going to grab that first one. One is a switch, one is the tripwire. So the tripwire is the one that we're gonna be using today. So we're just gonna put that on your conveyor belt, depending where you want to count. We then are going to head over to the power and the switch section, and we are going to get some counters over here. So if you scroll down to the end, you should see a counter. Yeah, so just kind of the leg faces backwards, and then the other side faces forwards. Now you want to put these next to each other, and they all snap into each other just like that. And you can put as many as you want. Doesn't really matter. But basically, what happens is you put some more there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Basically, you want to connect these in serial, so from right to left, and then serially, right? So you want to just connect these power wires, just connect them from right to left. And what happen is when it starts counting, it's going to send a pulse to the next one. So when it hits 0, it'll send a pulse, and the next one will start counting up. So let's just make sure, just double check they are all connected properly, and you can see they are actually connected. We're then going to connect the actual laser wire to the power first. So connect that to a power conduit somewhere. Make sure that the light comes on. If it doesn't, then you might need to store it and just put it back, and make sure the light. And then we're going to connect that laser wire to the first one that you created. Okay, so you can currently see it's at 0 at the moment. And as it trips over, you'll notice it switched over to 1. Don't worry, it does actually say requires power. Don't worry, even though it is connected to power, it's still going to say that. But that's as simple as it is. I mean, we'll let it count. It's at 1. That should have gone to 2, I think. There, right? Would it go to 2? Let's see what the other one comes out as. Okay, there it went to 2. I think it might have. It did seem a little bit buggy in terms of counting. I saw another video where I saw somebody had jumped from like 79 to 89 or something. So I wouldn't rely on this as like a concrete thing. It's more of a gimmick, kind of cool thing to have, but don't expect it to work perfectly, and don't, as you saw there, the numbers didn't actually even go up there, right? But we'll come back in a sec. Let me just quickly show you this diverter, if I can make the diverter work. Again, same thing, you connect that diverter switch to a counter, and what will happen is when an item comes through the laser will tell it to divert, right? So depending where you put the laser is when it's going to divert. So if it's diverting to, obviously you're going to want a conveyor belt that kind of looks like that, so when it turns left or right, it pushes an item to the other side. And it's really more of like a splitter if you're trying to split items into different conveyor belts or different systems for collection or whatever you want to do there. But let's see if we can make some. Let's see if we can make some stuff come down that thing, and I'll show you how it works. And then we'll go back and check the counter in a second. Let me just remove all the corn, carrots. Yeah, let's move the carrots. Do I have corn yet or no? And mutary food. Let's remove that as well. Then hopefully we'll have stuff coming down. Then I'll show you it working in action there. Okay, so, and let's see if we can get, yeah, so we've got some other items other than fruit coming down. This is just a sorter that sorts all my fruit to the left hand side, all my organics to the left hand side. And so as you can see, as it hits the laser, the diverter is kicking in and then it pushes aside. Now, if it's diverting too late or too soon, like I said, just move it a little bit up or a little bit down, depending on when you want that diverter to kick in. Okay, so let's go back and take a quick look at the count. Like I said, very simple counter. You just need a laser. As you can see, it's gone up to 11 at the moment. You connect that laser to power before you connect it to the switches. You put all these switches, you connect them in serial from right to left, and then the lasers, the counters will send a pulse as soon as it hits 0 on depending on where it's at in the count cycle. It'll send a pulse to the next one in serial. And that's as simple as it is. Pretty simple setup, very quick and easy, not too difficult to understand, but not intuitive either. So if you can't get it to work, try that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and I'll see if I can try and help you out. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Thank you. Enjoy.